Alright. Okay, got everything started. Hello, everybody. I am the spudrow. We are going to play a new game I found called The Dwarves. I have no clue what it is. I like dwarves, they look cool. Let's have fun.
Thrakas made us from stone to protect Girdlegard.
Okay. Holy.
Against orcs, ogres, and all the other beasts of Tion. We are the guardians of Girdlegard. We are the children of the divine smith. We are the dwarves.
Oh, shit. We're managing provisions and travel. It sounds kind of like the Expedition series of games. Pause the game at any time by pressing space. Alright, give me a second to get set up here. Well, we'll get started. Alright. Have to run and grab something real quick and play with my settings. Alright, let's go.
On the way! All right! Charge!
Let's zoom in. This is cool.
Come here, you! Understood!
Apparently, don't do that and you'll hit a wall and die. I'm
Charge!
pretty sure if one of them gets you falling down, you're in trouble. I am Glendolin.
That's that! On the way! And stay dead! Charge! That's that!
This is kind of cool.
Understood! And stay dead! Charge! That's that! Come here, you! And again! Landling! A present from the workshop!
Glendolin. What do we got here? Go over to the chest and click on it as the use symbol appears.
Ah! I'm here.
I've got a bomb.
Ah! On the way! Charge! Ah! Understood! Ah! Charge! Unstated! Ah! Ah! Charge! And again! All right! That's that!
Dang, this is kind of fun.
And again! On the way! Come here, you!
Ooh, just in time. Cutscene safe.
My king! What are you doing here?
Giselbert I, the father of the Fifthling clan, has not been on the front line of battle against the creatures of Tion for many cycles. The king surveys the battlefield and the defenders with a grave expression.
We are too few.
This you know as well as he does. But there will be no reinforcements arriving. Hundreds of brave warriors lie inside the fortress dying. The illness is running rampant. It brings weakness and death.
Stay at your posts. Be as steadfast as the granite of which we are made. Nothing can break us. Vrakas is with us.
Cool. Cleave.
Charge! That's that. Be off with you. And again.
Another one gone.
Be off with you.
Hammer time.
David!
Alright, so this is cool, but I'm trying to figure out how to mess with my camera. And the audio is still too loud.
Yes? That's that.
On my way.
Unstated.
Come here and die.
And again. Ha! Ah! Ah! Charge!
Alright, so
Ha!
What? Over there.
And stay dead.
Will be so. Over there.
And again.
It will be so.
So this is cool, but
Over there.
Yes. Come here, you.
Yes. For fracas! Another one gone!
That's that. What is it? Come here, you.
Hammer time! Be off with you! On my way! Come here and die!
Yes.
Yes?
got him.
These
Despite
are
the
the ones
shitty
who
camera.
attacked us in the hills. We suffered great losses beating them back.
Huh. Some sort of vampire lord?
Come here and I'll split you like a straw, you treacherous elf!
In his fury, the old king radiates a ferocious power that none of Citalia's children could withstand. But the slight, willowy being sitting astride the shadow mare just grins down, mockingly.
You are mistaken. We are Alpha. We are here to destroy the elves.
Uh-oh.
All peace-loving beings here in Girdlegard are under our protection, and you cannot open the gate that has barred your path into Girdlegard since the creation of the world.
Not us, but perhaps one of your kind.
This cannot be. Silence, you fool! Vrakas, forgive me for what I am about to do.
Quickly, in formation! You must hold them back until I close the gate!
Oh, shit. This just got wild.
Huh? Ah! Ah! Ah!
I can scroll in. That helps a little.
On the way! And stay dead! Come here, you! Ah! Ah!
Hammer time!
So it looks like an
That's
important
that.
thing to do is take advantage of how they
Charge!
stunned and whatnot.
Come here, you! Ah! Ah! And stay dead! And again! All right! On the way! All right! Yes?
Oh, we killed them all. I don't think they anticipated on players saving them grenades.
Understood!
Whew. Oh no. Oh no!
Look at me. I am Syntheras, the reaper of your death. I will take your life, and the land will take your soul.
Get out of my sight, pointy ears. and let me delight at the closed gate a little longer.
The gate may have closed, but when you rise again from the dead by the power of the land, you will be one of us, and you will open it.
Oh,
Never.
no.
My soul belongs to Vrakas.
No, your soul now belongs to the land, and henceforth you will belong to it forever. Now die, and return. Then hand us Girdlegard.
Oh, man. 1,000 years later.
You're a perfectionist, Tungdil Bolafar.
I've got a reputation to uphold. If you can't rely on the metalwork of a dwarf, what can you rely on? What can I do?
For me, nothing. It's Lot Yonan. He wants to see you in his study.
In your mind, you go through all the recent incidents that might have annoyed the Magus. Apart from a few little squabbles with his famuli, nothing worth mentioning happened since the incident with your beard. You nod.
You look dread.
What a charmer.
Ooh,
The
excuse me.
maid gives you an ironic, reprimanding scowl.
Ikana has been crying hard.
When you were teething, I carried you around the vaults. You played with my beard and I sang you to sleep.
Frala smiles. She's heard this story many times before.
That was 23 cycles ago. I'm quite sure you didn't sing. You might have grumbled a bit.
If what you've read about the dwarven lifespan is true, it'll be another 300 sun cycles and more before you are called to the Eternal Forge.
Dang.
The certainty of one day having to witness Frala's death already burdens your heart.
I'd better not keep the Magus waiting.
See you later. There's goulash for dinner.
This is where you swung the forge hammer for the first time 30 cycles ago. No one taught you the craft. It was enough for you to watch Lot Yonan's old smith at work. Whenever the workshop was empty, you practiced and quickly mastered the craft with ease.
Hmm. Huh. This makes me think that Dwarven civilization fell. Whatever happened there was the kingdoms.
Hey, groundling! Come to the kitchen, we need you.
Jolison, a fourth-degree famulus and your favorite foe among the students of magic, gives you a disparaging glance and disappears without waiting.
What a prick.
I should speak to Lot Yonan first. He doesn't like to be kept waiting.
You mumble and wonder when you started speaking.
There are apparently dwarves who have never seen the sky. And you too feel more comfortable when you have rock over your head. If only you didn't long to see more of the world, a longing that grows stronger.
Tungdil! Quick! Or the goulash will get burnt!
You immediately recognize what the problem is. A chain running over a pulley for positioning the cauldron is detached from its mounting, and the cauldron stuck in the fireplace.
Oops.
It'd be a waste of goulash. And I'm hungry. Here, hold this.
With as much concern in your voice as you can muster, you say,
Oh, no.
I'll get you back. You damned freak!
For a moment, you hope the Famulus really does raise his hand to you. But then he comes.
What a pair you are!
Can't help myself. Let's go check out this
The
wonderful
goulash is bubbling in the cauldron. You draw the warm air in through your nose, and the
Master Lot Frala told me you wished to speak with me.
Ah, Tungdil, come in. There is a bag over there in the cupboard. Take it out, please. It contains artifacts belonging to my former Famulus Goren. I wish to return them to him. He's in Black Saddle, 300 miles away.
300 miles? That's a long journey. Who are you going to entrust with this?
I was thinking of you.
Me?
There is no one better to take on this journey. You have acquired much knowledge. You are almost a scholar. You know more than most famuli about Girdlegard and its inhabitants. It is time for you to go out into the world and see it with your own eyes.
With pleasure. What's in the bag?
Magical devices. You better leave the bag closed if you want to avoid any accidents. Dwarves don't really like magic, and magic doesn't like you either.
Rakus gave us so much craftsmanship that there's no space left in our bodies for magic.
Strictly speaking, every time you've been too close to magic, it has ended in catastrophe.
Interesting.
Perhaps I'll meet some dwarves on my travels.
Yes, perhaps. But don't hold out too much hope. And be careful who you talk to. Not everyone out there likes dwarves.
Yeah, goblins. They abduct baby dwarves and sell them to magi, from what I've heard.
Not the best bit of business I've ever done. But what was I to do? The Longnoses threatened to throw you into the nearest river. Be on your guard. Look after the bag and don't lose it. May Palandiel be with you. And Vrakas too, of course.
I'll set off immediately. I'll see you soon, Lot Yonan.
Look at that face. I got money. I get to go to the kitchen.
The goulash. Vegetables, bread, cheese, but the cook is not to be trifled with. Many painful knuckles have taught you that she knows how to handle her heavy wooden spoon, and that she may possibly have eyes. The beer that is delivered to the vaults is supposed to be the best beer in Idderslane. It's certainly your favourite beer, but you haven't drunk enough other beers to truly know.
Nothing tells me I'll get to expand my palate.
Hey, what are you... We're still eating here. Why don't you go and get...
The blacksmith?
Did a horse bolt while you were trying to shoe it? It's certainly not on our plates.
I'm hungry, what can I say? And I got some food. Huzzah.
I am your godfather, little one. I'll look after you just like I looked after your mother.
Little Akana grasps your calloused finger and smiles at you wide-eyed.
I wonder which gate I take. It's not here. I almost missed something. Say a
I
prayer.
wonder if dwarves ask Vrakas for help on long journeys.
The figure on the homemade altar doesn't answer.
If I hurry, I might be back in time for Sonia's birthday.
You're longing to see her face when you give her your homemade present. Just as you reach the door, your stomach rumbles. It's not even noon yet, and you think you're going to survive a...
Well, how do I get provisions?
Hello, Frala.
Hmm?
I've got a present.
You take out a symbol of protection that you've carefully made from 3 horseshoe nails.
It's not the finest jewellery in Girdlegard.
One look at Frala's face makes it clear that it doesn't matter. She glows with happiness as she takes the pendant.
For me? But why?
Because you don't see me as an oddity, and you're like a little sister to me.
You could have said, but you settle with a shrug and a crooked smile.
I need provisions for 300
Feel that
miles.
energy.
You're grinning from ear to ear. Finally, you've got the chance to see something of the world.
300? Tungdil, that's no errand. That's an epic journey. Wait, I've got just the right thing. But make sure the cook doesn't see.
I'm going to Blacksaddle to return a few things to a former apprentice in Amagus.
You pocket the rye bread, sausages, and ham. Enough food for the first few days of your journey.
Perhaps I'll even meet some dwarves on the way.
Frala throws you a cautious glance. It's a tricky subject that you can't help but broach.
There aren't dwarves down here. You're the only one in Idaslane, as far as we know.
I know, but I can't just have been born out of a rock. Somewhere in the mountains, I have a clan. Maybe even a family.
Yes. Maybe.
Frala has reminded you more than once that Lot Yonan wrote to the dwarf clans, and none of them were missing a dwarf boy.
I have to go. I've got a long journey ahead of me.
I wish you the blessing of Palandial and Vrakas to protect you from all danger in your journey. Here, a talisman. Whenever you look at it, think of me.
Frala winks at you mischievously.
And of getting me a nice present.
How nice to see you again, Lot Yonan. It must have been an age since we last met face to face.
Nudin, welcome. Please, sit down.
Hello,
No,
future villain.
thank you, my friend. These are urgent matters, and I don't have much time. You must come to Leos Nudin immediately. The perished land is stirring.
Are you sure? What makes you think that?
I found out about 60 orbits ago, during a visit to the borders. Our magical barriers have weakened and become porous. The Elfar have left their land, and a huge horde of orcs have marched into Girdlegard.
Oh boy.
Were you able to strengthen the spell with your magic?
No. I can't repair the damage alone. We need the combined power of the 6. The other 4 are already on their way here, but we need your help too.
I will set off for Parista without delay.
Oh, and as you're coming, could you also take the opportunity to bring back the things that I lent to you?
Of course. I have them already packed in a bag.
Oh, thank you. We'll be expecting you.
That dude be sketchy as F.
Utterly blinded by the sunlight, you squeeze your eyes tightly shut after only a few steps. The time spent underground has made you so sensitive to light that you're forced to seek shelter in the shade of a mighty oak. You reach a small lake by a birchwood. Your feet hurt and your eyes still sting in the unaccustomed sunlight, but a smile spreads across your face nonetheless. You've covered a decent distance on the first day of your big journey. You pitch your camp and lie down to sleep on the hard forest floor. When you awake in the morning, your legs are stiff and achy. Trying not to feel sorry for yourself, you throw your rucksack over your shoulder. You're a dwarf, and dwarves don't complain.
Debatable, but continue.
Around midday, with the sun high in the sky and the first beads of sweat appearing on your forehead, you see something move next to the road, a few hundred... The creaking leather armor, the clattering rucksack, and a dwarf's inability to be quiet makes the crows flap around as you move from one bush to another. You get...
Looks like a fight.
You don't...
Gotta be careful with that clicking.
You look down on a tall, broadly built man. He's wearing dark brown leather armor that is strengthened with iron plates. There's a sword lying next to him. Was he trying to defend himself against something? Or someone? There is no blood on the sword. A rucksack that probably belonged to one of the dead. It seems to have been searched and then thrown away carelessly. You find a few implements, some provisions, and a map. A route is drawn on it from Parista, Nudin's capital, to Lot Yonan's vaults.
Interesting. Guess there's not much.
You scour the area once more and ask yourself what to do next.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep looking. There we go.
A slender man lies in front of you, dressed in an expensive robe. It is in the colours of Turgur the Fair-Faced, one of the 6 magi. The dead man must be one of Turgur's famuli. You don't see any wounds.
Does this mean that Turgur the Fair-Faced is in Parista and wanted to send Lot Yonan a message? And if so, why didn't he use magic? Did he want to contact him without anyone noticing? Why all this secrecy? By Vracus.
There are some narrow stab wounds in the man's chest. The cuts are too big to have been made by arrows, but too small for sword wounds. The man has the same incisions. It's clear that both men were killed by the same weapon. But what that weapon might be, you cannot say.
Nothing.
Guess that's it now.
You scour the area once.
Let's check one more time.
Nothing again.
You halt.
See?
There is something.
Another rucksack.
You open the rucksack and recognize that someone has already rummaged through it. Warmth and a feeling of security flush through your body.
Dead man won't need that. You have to excuse me. It's allergies give me such a nasty cough sometimes.
You scour the area.
Well, is there more? Let me take a sip of water here. Looks like that's it. Time to bury him and move on.
You scour the area. It's time-consuming and strenuous work digging shallow graves in the ground with a stick and covering the corpses with a few stones. But it should at least keep the crows from their feasting for a while. You continue on your way so as to put a few more miles between you and your grisly find before night falls. You see a flickering light through the trees some way from the path. It might come from a campfire. You walk towards the fire with confident strides until you finally make out 3 broad-shouldered men with axes. 2 rabbits. You sneak up on the men until a thick branch. The men jump up and grab them.
Choices, choices, choices.
You step into the light of the fire.
Well, I'll be. Is that a groundling?
The men look you over suspiciously.
I chose poorly.
What's a groundling doing creeping around?
I bet he was hoping to slit our throats once we fell asleep, subterranean scum.
Your heart is pounding, and you confront the man a little more courageously than you feel.
I'm no thief.
And I'm certainly no murderer. I only wanted to see if...
Pah! All groundlings are thieves and good-for-nothings.
You find it difficult to take control of your voice again.
Have you...
Enough to know that you're all dirty thieves.
The next morning, visions of axes, faces full of hate, fists and heavy boots flicker through your befuddled mind. Your first attempt to move fails when it's a long time before you manage to sit up and tend to your wounds in the early sunlight. There's no...
Well, that didn't go according to plan. I have to get there.
You reach the banks of the Warder and can see Axeldale on the other side, but there isn't a bridge for far and wide. The fishermen's boats glide over the water. You look at the cold, dark water. The current seems so strong that they could carry off even the most experienced of swimmers, and you aren't even a mediocre one. You once read a legend in a book. Elria, the goddess of water, did not like the children of the forge and cursed the dwarves, so that they would drown in any waters beyond their kingdoms. The main reason that dwarves avoid water to this day. You call to the nearest fisherman. He looks across at you. You leave the peaceful banks of the river behind you and
So I can't go that way. Try good water.
you look down on a large village on the banks of the Warder. Some of the village is built on Your eyes roam the land on the other side of the river. You estimate that you will soon have completed half of the journey to Blacksaddle, but you still can't make out the mountain on the horizon. The guards on the palisade are watching you. Their armor looks well cared for and well made. The smith who made them knew what he was doing. You conclude that the men depend on the protection the armor offers and aren't just wearing them to look good. They're certainly not villagers.
Uh-oh.
The double gate is made of strong planks, sturdy but still much less solid than the fixed parts of the palisade. Security has been forgone here for practical reasons. Never a good idea when building fortifications. The double gate is made of strong...
Okay. Ah, found it.
Some of the guards begin to whisper as you near the gate.
Hello up there! What brings you to fair good water? And have you seen any orcs on your travels, groundling?
The man leaning over the palisade eyes you up and down carefully.
Goodwater is well known for its hospitality.
A fact that you've just made up yourself.
Let me in, and I will tell other travellers all about it.
I regret to inform you that we cannot allow you to enter. The gates stayed closed once night has fallen.
There is certainly no regret showing in the man's face.
Whew. Need a sip of water there.
I'm a blacksmith and a dwarf. Let me tell you, your gate might look solid, but it won't withstand a real orc assault.
The murmuring all around him makes the man pause for a moment. If anyone else had criticized the stronghold, they'd have been laughed down and shooed away. But no one understands defense systems like the dwarves.
A dwarf blacksmith who just happens to be standing in front of our gate?
I'm a skilled craftsman, and I'm sure I can improve this gate for you. I'm a dwarf, and I know of the dwarven art of building from books.
A bookworm? You're going to strengthen our gate with papier-mâché?
I'm sure papier-mâché would help, but that's not what I...
You stop mid-sentence. The mocking expression on the mercenary's face tells you that a white lie would have worked better. You'll have to try something else.
Yeah, well.
I've got 20 pieces of gold here looking for a taker in the village.
Ah! One of your folk might leave his post for 20 pieces of gold, but I say...
But...
The double gate is made of strong planks. Sturdy.
Looks like I better go to bed.
You think about waiting by the fire until... You hardly slept a wink during the night, jumping at the slightest sound. An uneasy feeling has been your constant companion since you left Goodwater. Every little sound in the forest makes you fear you've been discovered by a horde of orcs. But you reach the end of the day without bumping into any of the greenskins. It seems as though Vrakas has granted you one more day in Girdlegard. As night begins to fall, you pass a large oak tree and decide to call it a day. Near the oak tree is an abandoned camp with a fireplace, which appears to be a couple of days old. You swing yourself up the trunk and then pull up your baggage after you. You're prepared to sleep in a tree like a bird if it means escaping the orcs' attentions. You sling your rope twice around your stomach and the trunk of the tree to stop you from falling accidentally. You close your eyes and dream. You see North Pass and smell the fresh, icy wind that sweeps over the peaks of Great Blade and Dragon's Tongue. But the harmony is interrupted by the hideous roar of an unending flood of orcs throwing itself unceasingly against the fortification. You smell the disgusting green blood of the orcs and taste the rancid fat of their armor on your tongue. The bitter taste becomes stronger until it's unbearable and wrenches you out of your dream. You open your eyes and are surprised at the brightness as a glance at the sky confirms that it's still night. Your eyes move towards the ground, and what you see makes the blood in your veins freeze.
Ah, crap. I'm glad I slept in a tree. Oh. Holy shit.
I am Sinthras of Son Balsur. My master, Nod On the Doublefold, ruler of the perished land, has elected you, the lords of Taboribor, to be the sword that conquers the south.
You mean
You want us to put our necks on the line and be killed by some magus?
Lot Yonan and the others will be taken care of. Your task is to create a diversion in the south until my master's plan succeeds.
And which of us is the leader?
The one that conquers the most land.
So Kragnar will be the new Grand Lord.
He glares at Ushnots and Bashkug.
The Kragnar Shore tribe will conquer the most land.
Never! We will overwhelm the cities of the Red Bloods quicker than you can suck the marrow from a bone.
We shall see.
You can't believe what you're hearing. If the beasts of Tion ride into battle together, catastrophic cycles lie ahead for Girdlegard.
Oh boy. Wow, I'm really glad I slept up in the tree.
The night in the oak tree was the worst of your life. You spent every single moment afraid that you'd be found and savaged by the orcs. But as the first rays of sun broke through the treetops, the orcs abandoned their camp and left without discovering you.
Err on the side of
Better
caution.
safe than sorry.
Your eyes scan the deserted camp, and you listen carefully for any noise. But you don't see or hear anything suspicious.
Ugh.
You're overcome by the urge to vomit. You have, of course, heard the stories, but seeing with your own eyes that orcs actually do eat humans is a long way from just reading about it.
Hey, Fushka! In front of you!
I knew I should have stayed.
A grounding! Perfect for a spotted breakfast!
You know that you're no warrior, but you want to face the orcs as a child of the Divine Smith. Perhaps you'll manage to kill at least one of them, so as not to appear so undwarven in Varakis' eyes.
I'll give you something to chew on. Vrakas made us of stone.
Well, shit.
Oink, oink, little piggies!
Oh, thank God, real dwarves.
By Barrowin's beard! How did you manage to lose your weapon? Go and get it, and this time, hold it tight! Hey, that one was mine! You're just too slow, dear brother! Too slow? Just wait!
For Vrakas!
Yeah!
Understood. At once. Attack! Understood. For Vrakas!
Yeah!
At once. Attack! On my way. Vile creature! Attack!
Yeah!
Huh?
Ha ha! I'm with you. Yes, I have Bowengar. Give me a hand. With pleasure. I need my
Over
shield
here, quickly!
Oh boy. Try and
On my
pick
way.
them up.
For Vrakas!
This is tough.
Yeah!
I need help over here, quickly! Vile creature!
Yeah! Another one bites the dust. Yeah! Too
Understood.
easy.
Kill!
End it. Another
It
one
can't
bites
end
the
like this.
dust.
Dang, this is tough.
Huh? At once. For Vrakas!
I didn't hit you very hard. Yeah! What is it? Ow! Another one bites the dust. Of course. Huh? Oh, what bad luck for you! With pleasure.
Yes, understood.
Attack! Yeah! Who's next? Huh? Yes, yes! Pow! Another one bites the dust. I'm with you! Ha ha! Come here, you! Ha ha! Yes! On my way! Say goodbye forever! Too easy!
Kill! I need help over here!
With
Quickly!
pleasure! Say goodbye forever!
Vile creature!
Pow! Another one bites the dust!
He hardly put up a fight!
On my way!
That hit me pretty hard! Huh? On my way.
Yeah!
End it!
I didn't hit you very hard! Yeah! Too easy!
At once.
Ow!
On my way.
Hey!
At once.
Who's next? Yeah!
On my way.
And what now?
He hardly put up a fight!
Yes, yes! Another one bites the dust!
Of course!
Yeah!
I'm with you! He hardly put up a fight!
Oh boy, that was close. Let's try and sit here and rest a minute.
Huh? Yes?
As good as done! All right! As good as done! On my way! All right!
What is it? Of course!
Yes? As good as done! On my way! All right! On my way! As good as done! What is it?
Huh? Understood.
All right! Yes!
On my way.
On my way!
At once.
As
Yes,
good as
yes.
done!
On my way.
On my way!
At once.
As
Yes,
good
yes.
as done!
At
All
once.
right!
Okay, which way do we go?
As good as done! All
On my
right!
way.
Yes!
As
As good as done! All
Understood.
right!
course.
On
Yes,
my
yes.
way!
Huh?
Come here, you! Ha ha!
Huh? Pavrakas! He hardly put up a fight!
Too easy!
Oof.
Oink oink! That's all? No more orcs? Well fought, young friend. Do you happen to be tongued ill? Well fought? But he fought like a... Boindale, what do you expect? He grew up amongst the humans.
Who are you, and how do you know my name?
My name is Boindal Hookhand of the clan of the Swinging Axes. This is my brother, Boindale Doubleblade. We've been sent to find you. Call me Ironheart. Are there any more piggy snouts around here?
You turned up at just the right moment. But are you sure it's me you're looking for?
The High King Gundrabur sent us to fetch you and bring you to Ogre's death in the Secondling realm in the south.
So he received the letter from my master? And am I a secondling?
Well, something like that, I guess.
There was a meeting last night. The Elfar serve a certain Nod On who calls himself Lord of the Perish Land. They have enlisted 3 orc hordes to cause unrest in the south.
Did you hear that, Boindal? Piggy snouts!
The Elfar from Son Balzur and the Orcs from Taboribor are working together?
And could ally with the orcs from the Perish Land.
The twins look at you solemnly. You all know what that would mean for the people of Girdlegard.
That's not good at all. This shit can get wild.
We've got to...
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say, but it's our duty to get you to the Ogre's Death Fortress in one piece.
I thought the duty of dwarves was to protect the innocent in Girdlegard.
Lot Yonan and King Broron will take care of the orcs. We three must be careful. You're not exactly a warrior.
But he has broad shoulders and broad hands. There's hope for him yet. So when you've got the chance to split a few orc skulls, you should take it.
Then my family was found and the High King wants to bring me back to my clan.
No, you're not a secondling. You're a fourthling. And you're to...
The High King will tell you all about that once we get to Ogre's Death. We should get going.
I would be happy to follow you into the realm of the secondlings. In truth, there is nothing I would rather do. But first, I must travel to Blacksaddle and return some things to a former famulus of Lot Yonan.
Blacksaddle isn't exactly on our way.
It's on my way. We can head south as soon as I've carried out Lot Yonan's orders.
Well, he's certainly got the stubbornness of a dwarf. Perhaps we'll be able to make a real dwarf of him on the way.
All right, we'll accompany you. The sooner we find that famulus, the quicker we can get back to the mountains.
I'll have to send Lot Yonan a message by carrier pigeon on the way. And if we happen to stumble upon a couple of orcs...
I like you, but we'll have to find you another name. Bolafar. It's about as good as Lipsmith, Paddletosh, or Blufflegrump. It is stupid, senseless, and definitely not a name of honor. What are you good at?
I'm good at reading.
Reading? You're a scholar?
I made friends. Huzzah. Oh, I learned a new ability. So... I think I want cleave. Well, that's cool. I'm going to save. I think that's a good place to stop and take a break. Alright. I think I will be back here in a little bit.